Why does a glowing splint relight in oxygen? Most students memorize that as a gas test, but there is actually a simple reason behind it. Let's make sense of it properly. The test for oxygen is simple. You insert a glowing splint into the gas. If the splint relights, the gas is oxygen. That is the standard observation students are expected to know. Now, what exactly is a glowing splint? It is a splint that is still very hot. Still hot, but no longer burning with a visible flame. Not flaming. So it still contains enough heat to burn again, but only if the conditions are right. That detail matters. A glowing splint relights because oxygen supports combustion. That means oxygen helps substances burn. The splint is already hot, so when it is placed into oxygen, more oxygen, there is enough oxygen present for combustion to start strongly again. Burning restarts. So the splint relights. That is the real reason. Here is the common mistake. Students sometimes say oxygen is flammable. That is not the best way to describe it. Oxygen is not flammable. Oxygen does not burn in this test. Instead, oxygen supports burning. So the wooden splint is the thing that burns more strongly because oxygen helps combustion continue. That is a much better explanation. So it is wrong to state oxygen burns. Instead, we should say oxygen helps other things burn. You can also connect this to a more general chemistry idea. Combustion needs three things. Number one, fuel. Number two, heat. Number three, oxygen. The glowing splint already has heat and the wood serves as the fuel. When you place it in oxygen, the missing condition is supplied in abundance, so burning starts again. That is why the splint relights. This is also a good place to avoid confusion with hydrogen. Oxygen relights a glowing splint. Glowing splint relights. Hydrogen is different. Hydrogen is tested using a lighted splint and it gives a squeaky pop. Lighted splint gives a squeaky pop. So do not mix those two up. So the full takeaway is this. To test for oxygen, insert a glowing splint. If the splint relights, oxygen is present. To test for oxygen, glowing splint relights. And the reason this happens is that oxygen supports combustion. Oxygen supports combustion, allowing the hot splint to start burning again. Once you understand that, the test is no longer just something to memorize.